I've stopped shipping my stickers with stamps, mainly because the version I do with Etsy that includes tracking is basically the same cost as a stamp, so I just switched to including tracking instead. And I also stopped shipping international orders because, frankly, it got a little too complicated for me, but also because USPS no longer or temporarily isn't shipping to other countries at the moment. From what I've gathered from my own research about it, I will put in the description the link where it shows the notice, and I will also post like a screenshot of it here. So it's currently not shipping to certain countries, so I'm not going to cover that in this video. Because of that, I'm just going to be doing domestic, which is within the United States, because this type of tracking that is only included through Etsy is only available in the United States if you're shipping within the United States. So if you're not in the United States, you can't use this type of tracking. And this is strictly for Etsy because Etsy is the only platform that has this type of option. It's specifically to Etsy. No other platform allows this type of tracking for very lightweight objects. So I'm just putting that out there now in case anyone ever asks me, because I know in the last video, a lot of people were asking me if they could use this to ship through other platforms. Currently, no, it's strictly through Etsy. So United States, within the United States, through Etsy. So according through Etsy, the type of envelopes and letters you can send using this type of tracking would be machinable, meaning that they are flexible or bendable. So anything rigid, you can't use this type of tracking service. So it has to be bendable in order for this to work. I also wanted to mention that Etsy requires that anything that is over $10 has to be shipped with tracking. So I would highly suggest that you guys use this option for your shop just so you don't run into any trouble. But like I said, shipping this way is basically the same cost as using a stamp, and it makes the process a lot easier as well. So now I'm going to go ahead and go on the computer and show you guys how to set it up from scratch, showing you how to make a preset so you don't have to plug in the numbers every time you ship something lightweight. It'll already be set there, but I'm going to show you what numbers to plug in and how to go about it on the computer. Okay, so what we want to do first is we want to go into our shop manager. And then from there, you're going to go to listings. And then you just click on the listing you want to apply this to. So I'm just going to do a sticker listing. And oops, I don't want that. And then you're just going to scroll all the way down until you get to shipping. And then this is just the presets that I was talking about that I have already put, but for this video, I'm going to show you how to plug in from scratch. So make your own preset. So here you're going to click enter custom shipping options. Now, before I show you how to do this correctly, I'm going to show you why you don't want to set it for calculate prices. So I'll just leave that for demonstration purposes. No, I'll just put some numbers. And then, okay, so we're just going to take off everything except the first class. Oh, right. I forget. We have to take off. Make sure it's United States only. And then, yeah. So then here, you would plug in your size of the envelope or package. In this case, it would be envelope. So I'm just going to cut E6, 1. And then, oh, right, my bad. 1 ounce. So here, as you can see, it's charging you like regular first class. Even when I plug in like the correct dimensions for the letter option, it's still showing up as regular first class. So this is what we don't want. So we're going to go back and we're going to change this to fixed prices. and then United States. Then you just plug in your zip code, your handling time, your processing time, and then right here, standard shipping. I'm gonna remove the international because I said I'm not gonna cover that. You're gonna click on shipping service, and you're gonna click USPS first class mail. And then right here, you're gonna click fixed price. Now this, you basically want to add the price of the postage plus any of your shipping supplies. So anything that's around 1 ounce or under 1 ounce, which is mainly most things if you're shipping stickers. I think one time I shipped like 10 stickers at a time and it still was under 1 ounce. So 1 ounce for the letter option is about 57 cents currently. So it did increase a little bit, not by much, but for that. So you would just add the 57 cents plus your shipping supplies cost. So I charge 95 cents. So we would put 95. And then additional item, you can leave this blank or you can add. I usually just do 20 cents to cover the listing fee in case people order multiples. So there's that. But again, like I said, you can leave this blank if you don't want to charge for additional items. And here you could, if you wanted to, you could add a shipping upgrade. So that would probably be priority mail if you want to get the product to the customer faster. I don't have that because stickers usually, I don't like having the shipping be cost more than the actual product, so I just don't include that. And yeah, so that's basically it to make a preset. Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much for the preset. And then you would just click save as a shipping profile. Okay, that kind of threw me off because I'm like, what do you mean I raised it? It's the same price as, okay, yeah. So yeah, so you just click save as shipping profile and then you can just name it. I just name it, I think I named it, yeah, letters. Yeah, see, that's why it threw me off because I'm like, it said it was I was raising it, but it's the same amount. I don't know. But yeah, so that's basically what you do to create a preset for letter. And now I'm going to show you how to actually purchase a shipping label. Okay, so you would just go to one of your sold orders and you would click down on the shipping and then get shipping labels. And then from here, again, you can save a preset, which I would suggest because it just makes everything a lot easier. But I am going to show you how to do it from scratch, like I said. So you're going to choose, under package type, you're going to choose letter. And then from there, I'm going to say let's say we're starting with 1 ounce. And then you just type in the dimensions of your envelope. Mine happens to be 8x6. And then here's where it gets tricky. So letters have to be 0.25 in height for this to go through. So it just, most letters, most flat, it's gonna be that height. So don't worry about that. But this is where you have to plug in this exact number for it to show up as this. So here, it's gonna be 57 cents for an ounce. So I think 2 ounces, 81 cents, 3 ounces, $1.05. I think that's 3 ounces is the heaviest you can go for this option. But even then, 3 ounces for $1.05, that's really cheap. But as you can see, it's still first class mail, and the postage is gonna look a little different. It's not gonna look like a regular shipping label. It's basically gonna look like as if you had written a letter. It's gonna have your return address at the top, and then the customer's address in the middle. Let me flip the camera, sorry. And yeah, so to save this as a preset, you would just go to label preset. Oh wait. Sorry. To save this as a preset, you would just click on this, save this as a new label preset, and then you just name it. But yeah, that's how you ship stickers or lightweight objects for cheap. So I hope that cleared things up for anyone who had any questions about it, or if my other video was confusing. I hope this cleared it up. If you have any other questions for me, always be sure to leave them in the comment section, and I'll see you guys later.